Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Paris, Illinois. Central Illinois sports has made its way to the eastern part of the state. We are on the doorstep of Hoosier country. We are just about 20 minutes from Terre Haute, Indiana, just about 20 minutes south of Tuscola for those of you over on the west side that are a little more familiar with that name due to high school football and other athletic success. You are watching Central Illinois sports. We are getting ready for the IESA Class 2A. 7th grade girls basketball state championship. The Liberty Eagles taking on the Havana Ducks. It should be a fantastic contest. Liberty enters at 27-1. Havana enters at 27-0. You are watching the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is here to help you with your lending and personal banking needs. Our friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We are watching the end of the third place contest. This is Hayworth versus Nokomis. Hayworth has a 19-13 lead with just about 48 seconds left and looking like they might be able to hold this one out, although Nokomis has tried to put on some defensive pressure here in the end to cause a comeback. We are going to step away here for 2 minutes. When we come back, we're going to start setting the scene for you between Liberty and Havana. It's the state Class 2A championship. You're watching live here on Central Illinois Sports.
We here at Pete Fish during this holiday season want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday and a happy new year.
Happy holidays to your family and friends. May your holidays be blessed.
Happy holidays from the Pete Fish family to your family.
Happy holidays from your friends at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays from our family at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank. Happy holidays from our friends at Pete Fish.
We at Pete Fish Skiles want to wish you and your family the best.
Founded in faith, forged by grace. Spread kindness and compassion and generosity to your community. Be the best version of yourself every day and know your simple act can change the world. Hashtag Be Like Grace from the Shell family. Central Illinois Sports and the Liberty Eagles want to recognize Brooke and Patrick Cook on their major contribution to make this broadcast possible. Thank you, Brooke and Patrick. Without you, we couldn't be here. Central Illinois Sports and Liberty's Eagles, thank you.
Dr. David Wright, DDS, would like to wish his niece, Kinsey Obert, and all the Lady Eagles the best of luck in tonight's state championship game. You'll find Dr. Wright
2A championship game between Liberty and Havana coming up here in just a little bit. Hayworth has just claimed a 21-13 win over Nokomis to take third place here on what has been a really fun ball game and a nice group of fans here from both communities ready to congratulate their kids as they'll collect trophies and medals here in just a little bit. We want to get you set for the stage here tonight. This has been a really fun season for both of these teams. Let's tell you first about the Havana Ducks. 27-0. They have driven 165 miles one way to get here. That is 2 hours and 52 minutes according to Apple Maps. Head coach is Dennis Kramer. This is the 14th appearance in the state series for the Havana Ducks, dating back to 1998, a record of 25 wins and 10 losses overall in state series play. 9 trophies have been brought back home to Havana. Tonight will be number 10. That includes 4 state championships, 2 runner-ups, 2 third-place finishes, and 1 fourth-place trophy and a partridge in a pear tree. They got here with a dramatic 22-20 overtime win over Paris Crestwood in the quarterfinal on Saturday morning, and then they were a 26-8 winner over Hayworth here Saturday afternoon in the semifinal. Sectional round saw them defeat Decatur Montessori Academy for Peace 49-21, and they picked up a couple of easy regional wins over Mason City Illini Central and Mount Pulaski. They are looking to be the 98th and possibly 99th team to be undefeated and win a state championship in IESA State Series history. We are projecting, of course, that the Pikeland Lady Braves are going to be champions tonight as well, and you can watch that over on our other Central Illinois sports feed. From Auburn, Illinois is Charlie Hull and John Hull, and Jack's probably around too, taking you through all the action there. Let's tell you about the Liberty Eagles. 27-1 on the season, 211 miles one way. That is 3.5 hours, and trust me, I drove every darned one of them. Brennan Parkhill is the head coach here. This is the 3rd appearance in school history for Liberty on the girls' side for junior high basketball. The other 2, 2014 and 2015, and those were first-round exits. Overall now, including this year, they have a record of 2 wins and 2 losses in state series play. The only loss on the season comes to a team that we just told you is playing for a state championship in Class 3A tonight. That is the Pikeland Lady Braves. That loss came in a 37-12 final score. They defeated Altamont 31-19 here on Saturday morning in the quarterfinal, defeated Nokomis 36-19 in the semifinal later on in the day. Sectional win came by a final score of 24-12 over Lewistown and defeated Hamilton and Carthage in regional play. If you're looking for common opponents between these two teams, they do have a few. They have each played Carthage. They have each played Rushville Industry, Beardstown, Jacksonville, and Brown County. If you're doing score checking amongst most of those games, they're pretty similar, which is going to be the theme of the night. After talking to coaches, talking to some fans, everyone feels like this is going to be a very close, very tight state championship game tonight. We are going to step away here for a couple of minutes on the pregame show. When we come back, an extended interview with Brennan Parkhill, head coach of the Liberty Eagles. You're watching live from Paris High School on Central Illinois Sports.
The Havana National Bank, established in 1875, is locally owned and an agricultural bank along the Illinois River in Havana, Illinois. We focus on service to our communities, knowing farming is a mainstay. Havana National Bank has been able to maintain a solid capital position and return semi-annual dividends to our shareholders. We operate in 5 counties in a 30-mile radius around Havana. Our goal is to maintain our independent status for our customers. Havana National Bank, proud of our past, committed to the future. Wishing the Havana Ducks success. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The one constant in life is change. Throughout our lives, we will go down roads that we never imagined, and we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Want to own your future? Contact Country Financial Representative Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Jeff Kroenke can help you put a solid plan in place with insurance solutions to help make sure you're protected from what lies ahead. Get started today. Contact Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Call him at 217-645-3042 for Country Financial. J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy specializes in custom-made display cabinets and most items made from wood, also European-mounted skulls. Jeff Caspery at 2301 North 900th Avenue in Liberty. Call 217-440-8900. And if you're looking for replica trophies of those trophies you'll get tonight for individual players, give Jeff a call at 217-440-8900. On Facebook, go to J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy. Don't forget, Jeff Caspery. It's J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy, 217-440-8900. So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this, my actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service. Insurance with a local agent, it's called service. Call State Farm agent Joshua Peterson today at 230 West Main Street in Havana, 309-543-6248. At Lewis High.
Back with you live on the pregame show here on Central Illinois Sports, speaking with Coach Brennan Parkhill. Liberty Lady Eagles taking on Havana in tonight's state championship game. Coach, we thank you for the time. It's been a busy week for you, hasn't it?
Yes, quite a bit.
Talk a little bit first. Your team's 27-1 this year. The only loss that you have is to Pittsfield, who's playing in their own state championship tonight. When did you know with this team that you had an opportunity to make a deep postseason run?
That's pretty much been our goal since the beginning of the season. I mean, I would say second grade, but that has been our goal since the beginning of the season. These girls work really hard, and it's been talked about and expected of them to make a fairly deep season run. Didn't really expect to go to the championship, but that's where we're at now, and that's our next goal.
Well, let's talk about some of the ways you've been able to get there. Your team scores about 40 points a game, and you've got a leading scorer that we're going to talk about here in just a minute, but you've got a really balanced scoring attack. A lot of your other girls are able to put in 4 or 5 points a game. How have you been able to instill some confidence for this many girls to be successful this early in the season?
Like I said, they've been playing with each other for a long time since they were young. They all have confidence in themselves and each other. They're willing to share the ball. Their defense is very tenacious. They're they're very, very balanced. Very balanced. It's just incredible how they do it. I don't know where they get their confidence, but they seem like they don't think about anything when they're out there on the floor except just playing ball.
Wesley John appears to be the standout leader for your team, just under 10 points a game. She shoots 47% from the field, about 3.5 steals. What's her presence like for your team, and what does she bring to the table aside from statistics?
Wesley is a giant for our team, even though she's only a sixth grader, and that's a name that people will be hearing for a long time, I believe. She's our point guard. She controls the tempo of the game, and she is our go-to.
Who are some of the other key names and faces that you're going to see out in the court tonight, who we're going to talk about? I know it's obviously you've got one standout, but there's a lot of girls that contribute on this squad.
We've got Layla Parkhill. That's my daughter. She is very good at defense, very long and lengthy. We've got Aubrey Fessler, also our power forward, another great defensive player. Riley Fessler has really come alive here about halfway through the season, really knocked down some big shots. And Riley Brunin has really, really improved her game this year. We've got Austin Ivers. Like I said, they are all ready to contribute. Kinsey Obert, she is very, very aggressive on defense and very disciplined. All of them are.
We've also got a up-and-coming player, second-year player, Lydia Fliven, who can give us some good minutes and is big on the glass and dominates on the rebounds, and we're very good in the future.
So I'm sure you will see quite a bit of all of them.
Well, let's talk about some of that defensive effort for a minute. Your girls are able to pick up about 14 steals a game, but you only commit about 8 team fouls a contest based off of your season stats. How have you been able to get the girls to be that disciplined yet that effective on the defensive end?
I think it's just they've played a lot of basketball for as young as they are, and I think maybe I hate to say it, maybe they've been overcoached.
Well, you've had a chance to see Havana in this tournament a little bit. You've got a few common opponents against them through the season. On paper, it looks like
Havana seems to be like they handle the ball very well. They're very crisp passing. They seem like they are a very physical team. They seem like they like to drive to the basket. The games I've seen, they didn't shoot a lot of three-pointers. I think controlling them on the baseline drive and being able to handle their pressure, and we should do fine.
Coach, you're going to be bringing home the first trophy for Liberty Junior High girls basketball in history of the program. Regardless of what happens on the outcome of the game in the evening, what's that going to be like for your team to celebrate with a trophy, bring something back to your community and to your fans that have supported you so much?
It'll mean a lot. I know everybody is very, very excited about it. We're getting a little send-off today. I know the girls are very concerned about a fire truck ride and have been for a while. I just keep telling them they got to win another game for that to happen. So hopefully everybody is going to be very happy with whatever we bring home.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. We thank you. We know you've had a busy week and appreciate you taking a couple of moments to chat with us, and wish you good luck tonight and with the future with these girls, because obviously you've got a bright future with all of them going into next season as well.
Thank you very much.
Coach Brennan Parkhill, Liberty Lady Eagles, as they get ready for a state championship game. We'll be back with the pregame show here live on Central Illinois Sports in 2 minutes.
Smith Tent Rentals offers a wide variety of tents, tables, chairs, dance floors, staging, and more to our area. Smith Tent Rentals have been the go-to guys for our local youth ball tournaments when we needed tents to protect our fans. Our local hospital has used Smith's many times for outdoor events. If you have needs for a tent for graduation, prom, your business, your family event, call Smith Tent Rentals. They will cover you up and make you look great for your next event. Call 217-645-3208. Wildcat Car Wash in Barry and the Sherman family, Mariska, Dalton, Gina, and Corey Sherman would like to wish the Eagles good luck in the state tournament. They've made several updates and upgrades with the car wash and more to come. If you'll download the Touch4 Wash app or your first wash, it will be free. From the Tri-State Car Wash and Wildcat Car Wash in Barry, call 217-407-4511 for Tri-State Car Wash and the Wildcat Car Wash in Barry. Founded in faith, forged by grace, spread kindness and compassion and generosity to your community. Be the best version of yourself every day and know your simple act can change the world. Hashtag Be Like Grace from the Shell family. Central Illinois Sports and the Liberty Eagles want to recognize Brooke and Patrick Cook on their major contribution to make this broadcast possible. Thank you, Brooke and Patrick. Without you, we couldn't be here. Central Illinois Sports and Liberty's Eagles thank you.
Dr. David.
At Lewis Hybrid, we know each season is another chance to take your profit potential even further than the last. With our seed traits, seed growth, crop protection, and digital agricultural solutions, we'll help you get there. From one-on-one consultations to the industry's latest technologies to promising agronomic insights, we can provide you with all the solutions you need to optimize your field potential. To learn more, visit lewishybrids.com or contact McCleary Brothers Seed at 217-242-3680. Please read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. Smith Tent.
Welcome you back on Central Illinois Sports. You're watching the Great Rivers Bank's pregame show. If you're in the market for a new home loan, talk to the experts at Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal. We serve the entire region and beyond. Check out our online loan application at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hayworth is third place in this year's state tournament. Nokomis takes home fourth. We're going to find out who the state champions are going to be and who's going to take the runner-up trophy. Two fantastic teams getting ready to round up their season. It's the Liberty Lady Eagles and the Havana Lady Ducks. My name is Brian Shoemaker. You're watching live here on Central Illinois Sports. If this is the first time you are ever watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it and glad you are spending a chilly Thursday evening with us here at home, nestled up with a warm drink and something tasty to eat. It's going to be a fantastic ball game. We remind you, Charlie Hall, Jack, and John are on our other feed here tonight for the 3A state championship over at Auburn as Pikeland, Pittsfield, takes on Paris Mayo. So while we are here at Paris, Paris fans, some of them have taken off far to the central part of the state, and that's just kind of how things go in this wild and wacky IESA setup. We've got about 14 minutes left here in the pregame warm-up for the state championship game. Once again, we remind you, Liberty 27-1, only loss on the season here comes by the way of Pikeland. Havana is undefeated. They've got some great wins under their belt against some nice 3A, even a couple of 4A schools on their roster this season. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we've got an extended interview with Dennis Kramer, head coach of the Havana Lady Ducks, and he'll tell you all about his team and their road to the state championship game. You're watching live here on Central Illinois Sports.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
Whatever.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
A&D Builders and owners Anthony and Afton Bareyes would like to wish the Liberty Lady Eagles the best of luck in today's state championship game. A&D Builders, located in Barry, Illinois, specializes in custom new home construction and in-ground pool installation. Call A&D Builders at 217-440-5930. That's 217-440-5930 for A&D Builders, saying, Go Eagles!
Founded in
Dr. David Wright, DDS, would like to wish his niece, Kinsey Obert, and all of the Lady Eagles the best of luck in tonight's state championship game. You'll find Dr. Wright's practice at 1200 Hampshire Street in Quincy. Call 217-228-0536. That's 217-228-0536 for Dr. David Wright, DDS. Play hard, soar on, and smile bright, Eagles, from Dr. David Wright.
The Havana National Bank, established in 1875, is locally owned and an agricultural bank along the Illinois River in Havana, Illinois. We focus on service to our communities, knowing farming is a mainstay. Havana National Bank has been able to maintain a solid capital position and return semi-annual dividends to our shareholders. We operate in 5 counties in a 30-mile radius around Havana. Our goal is to maintain our independent status for our customers. Havana National Bank, proud of our past, committed to the future. Wishing the Havana Ducks success. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back with you live on the Central Illinois Sports Pregame Show, talking with Coach Dennis Kramer from the Havana Lady Ducks as they prepare for the state championship game tonight. Coach Kramer, we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes. How have things gone this week for practice?
Very good, Brian. Very good. We got some good work in on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday will be review, and we'll just go for there and hope for the best Thursday.
I want to talk about your quarterfinal against Paris Crestwood first. You're up against a perennial state qualifier in their own hometown gym, basically, and your girls are able to pull out a win in overtime. Can you take us back through that game, some key moments, and what it was like to hold them off? Because it had to be a big moment for your girls.
No, it was a great atmosphere, a great game, terrific team. They've got they can put three of the best girls that you'll see play junior high basketball on the floor, and we got out to an early lead, kind of silenced the crowd a little bit, held on to a 5 to 7 point lead most of the first half, and then went to halftime with the 7 point lead. Lots of momentum, but I just urged the girls during halftime to come out with the same energy and don't do any scoreboard watching, but let them know that Crestwood would make a run on us, and which they did. We kind of went into a lull offensively, couldn't make anything, point blank, free throws, anything, and Crestwood eventually caught us and tied us, and then from there it was just about grinding out possessions offensively and defensively with both the crowds into it. So it was pretty spectacular, and we were very fortunate to hold on.
Let's talk about your team for a little bit. You know, sometimes in junior high basketball, teams are able to ride one really talented kid who can score a bunch of points. Maybe they're a little bit bigger, but, you know, your team appears to have a pretty balanced scoring attack. Tell us about some of those key names that are able to put the ball in the basket for you.
Okay. Well, our starters, we go with Jenna Brooks, and then Madeline Howder, Eddie Smith, Maggie French, and Natalie Artheloni. Any of those girls at any time can lead us in scoring, either for a quarter or a game, and then we bring Ava Kramer off the bench. Any of those 6 girls, by the time the game is over and we're going through everything, it's never a surprise who's leading us out of those 6 girls. It could be any of the 6 on any given night.
Defensively, your team is double tough. Over a dozen games that we've counted this season that you're able to hold your opponents to single-digit scoring, including that state semifinal against Hayworth. It's not uncommon to see teams sometimes get relaxed defensively when a game is out of hand. How have you been able to keep them focused for 4 quarters on the defensive end, even when you're able to maybe bring some second stringers in?
Yeah, and just like you said, the second string, the entire roster, top to bottom, we buy in defensively. We play man to man. We try to keep everybody out of the lane, and you know, our starters do a good job of urging on our subs whenever they come in. Our subs do a good job of urging our starters in during the game. We do a great job of talking defensively and rebounding and limiting on opportunities. So really, our entire roster just buys in. They're tough kids. They really are tough kids. If we do happen to give up a shot, give up a layup on a mismatch or not talking, we don't carry that with us. We just keep battling because we know how good we are defensively, and that is really our bread and butter. That's what we lean on because junior high girls basketball, you will go through droughts where you only score 2 points in a quarter, 3 points, 4 points in a quarter. So that defense has to be there every second.
Let's go back to that state semifinal against Hayworth really quick. You've come off what is an emotional overtime win against Paris Crestwood, and you have the shortest turnaround of anybody on the afternoon, but yet you put up a really dominating performance. How were the girls able to respond so well after a moment where most teams really could have just been out of gas, given up emotionally, but they come back and really put forth a really commanding win?
Yeah, and they really did. I was so proud of the girls. We talked before the game started. How are you feeling? How are your legs? So do you have energy? And they were upbeat. I think that win, even though it was exhausting physically, it really lifted them emotionally, mentally, and it kind of lifted them physically. So right at the start, we went ahead and pressured their guards full court. They had some problems, got some turnovers, and we got out to a quick lead, and then rode that through the end of the game.
I'm sure you've had a chance to look at Liberty, maybe talk to some coaches from common opponents you might have had throughout the regular season. From what you've seen so far, what strengths and challenges does Liberty bring for your team to tackle this evening? And on the flip side, what do you think you might have an advantage over them on?
All right. Well, I think Liberty's kind of like us, very balanced. They can get some scoring out of all 5 positions. Their point guard's super tough. If I would say they have a leading scorer, I think it's their point guard number 2, I believe. But I think they're just really balanced. They can come at you. They do a lot of things very well defensively. So that's a challenge for us. We just got to continue to do what we do, move the ball well, and knock down some shots and try to get it in the paint as often as we can. I think if we have maybe a strength, we may be just a little bit quicker than them at a few of the positions, but that's easy to say. Hopefully that can translate to the court. But just by watching them, we got an opportunity to watch them twice in Paris. That's just my feel right now. But once that ball gets tipped up, we'll see.
Havana girls basketball from junior high all the way through high school is a name that really draws some respect and notoriety, around our region specifically and even through the state a little bit, especially over the past 2 decades. Your team is looking to bring home the 10th state trophy for junior high in school history and potentially the 4th state championship. What does it mean for you and for this group of girls to be able to put their mark on what is already a deep and storied program?
It's a source of pride, but it's a bigger source of focus for us. We remind those girls about some of the girls that came before them, even 15 years before them, outside of just the past couple of years. But it really helps us focus and remind the girls that any team that we play, they know who they're playing. They're playing Havana. They look at the name across the chest, and even if their program is down a little bit, if they can beat Havana, that's a big W for an opposing program. So it's really a source of focus for us to help keep the girls focused, keep the girls grinding away, keep the girls working during the spring and summer off season. So just to remind them that everybody would like to get a little piece of Havana whenever they got the opportunity.
Well, Coach, we thank you for the time tonight. We know you've got a busy week here with the girls, and wish you the best of luck in the championship game. It should be a really fun one, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Speaking with Coach Dennis Kramer here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you prepped for the state championship game between Liberty and Havana coming up on Central Illinois Sports.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this, my actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service. Insurance with a local agent, it's called service. Call State Farm agent Joshua Peterson today at 230 West Main Street in Havana, 309-543-6248. At Lewis Hybrid, we know each season is another chance to take your profit potential even further than the last. With our seed traits, seed growth, crop protection, and digital agricultural solutions, we'll help you get there. From one-on-one consultations to the industry's latest technologies to promising agronomic insights, we can provide you with all the solutions you need to optimize your field potential. To learn more, visit lewishybrids.com or contact McCleary Brothers Seed at 217-242-3680. Please read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. Smith Tent Rentals offers a wide variety of tents, tables, chairs, dance floors, staging, and more to our area. Smith Tent Rentals have been the go-to guys for our local youth ball tournaments when we needed tents to protect our fans. Our local hospital has used Smith's many times for outdoor events. If you have needs for a tent for graduation, prom, your business, your family event, call Smith Tent Rentals. They will cover you up and make you look great for your next event. Call 217-645-3208. At Lewis.
We welcome you back here to the Great Rivers Bank pregame show live on Central Illinois Sports. We are just about ready. It is go time. It is starting lineups brought to you tonight by Trucks LLC Scoreboard. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks, currently operating with mobile service units only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the Industrial Park in Pittsfield. Call Trucks at 217-922-0044 and like Trucks on Facebook. The 27-0 Havana Ducks starting lineups like this. Number 1 is Jenna Brooks. Number 4 is Madeline Howarder. Number 5 is Evie Smith. Number 34 is Maggie French. And number 50 is Natalie Artheloni. Dennis Kramer, the head coach. Havana chasing its 5th state championship in school history, will be their 10th trophy overall tonight. Starting lineup for the Liberty Lady Eagles, Brennan Parkhill, head coach for the team all the way from Adams County. Here's their starting 5. Number 1 is Leela Parkhill. Number 2, Wesley John. You heard about her during the pregame interview. Number 4 is Aubrey Fessler. Number 5 is Riley Brunnan. And number 20 is Riley Fessler. Expect to see plenty of players off the bench here tonight for Liberty. Havana runs a little bit of a shallow bench, but they've got very, very talented girls that are all able to put the basketball in the bucket. We've got a nice contingent of fans here, given a long ride. We told you it was about a 2.5-hour ride for Havana, just about an hour longer for the fans from Liberty. But there's a nice group of people here on both sides to celebrate a state championship game here tonight at Paris High School. This is a large gym, and when I mean large, we are way back here. We've got the camera zoomed in. We hope you can see well. We hope you can hear well. Settle in tonight here on Central Illinois Sports. This is going to be a lot of fun. Aubrey Fessler is going to jump in the middle. She'll pair up against Evie Smith. It is Havana in the maroon and white, moving right to left on your screen. Liberty in the white with the red letters, numbers, and trim, moving left to right on your screen. It's the IESA State Championship game for Class 2A. Liberty is going to win the tip, and Riley Brunnan's going to start things off here for Liberty. Some of these games sometimes will feel a little bit of teams feeling each other out, but that's going to be a quick little lean in. They're going to call on Riley Brunnan. That's her first personal, team first, and it's going to be a turnover against Liberty. It's going to be full court pressure here coming out for the Lady Eagles. That's been their bread and butter all year. It's been the same for Havana. The challenge will be which team can impose its defensive presence just a little bit more. Smith's going to bring the ball up the sideline, brings it to the left wing. That's Artheloni at the free throw line. Havana moving the ball around the perimeter. Double screen coming here. They get the ball in the post. That is French. French can't get a look at it. Gives it to Smith, and she's going to get a travel call as Parkhill was able to close in on her. Turnover for the Ducks, their first of the ball game. 5:30 to go here in the first quarter of the state championship game on the Trucks LLC scoreboard here on Central Illinois Sports. They're going to move the inbounds over. That's Fessler, Aubrey Fessler, the inbound girl, and they get the ball to John, the 6th grader, moves it across the time stripe. It's man-to-man defense here for Havana. John moves it into double coverage. She gets up, goes and draws contact. John will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And we'll find out who the foul is going to be against here for Havana. Quickly, a sub is going to come in for Havana. Evie Smith picks up the foul, her first, team first, as Wesley John goes to the free throw line. Just under 10 points a game and 3.5 steals for Wesley John. Just a sixth grader, as Brennan Parkhill told you on the pregame show. Substitutes coming in for Havana. That's going to be number 2, Ava Kramer. She comes in off the bench very quickly, as John's going to go up for the second. Second one's up and good. Liberty gets the first point on the board, and it's 1-0 here in the early going of it. 5:20 left to go here in the opening frame. Havana gets the ball now back on their side. French gets the ball down into Artheloni. She's guarded by Howarder, kicks the ball back out. French goes in, gets into double coverage. She's going to draw the foul, and French will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And that foul is going to go against Aubrey Fessler, her first, team second for the Eagles. Just getting underway here. Both teams really trying to work the ball inside, see if they can draw some fouls on each other. Shot up for French is good. Make it a 1-1 contest here with 5:03 left to go. Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org. Second free throw's up and good. Havana gets its first lead of the ball game, and it's a 2-1 contest here. John quickly trying to get through the pressure. Toes up with it from about 8 foot off the glass and good for Wesley John. 3-2 ball game. Ducks spread things out. It's now a still man-to-man defense here for the Eagles. Brooks tried to go in with it. She got loose ball. Kicks back out. French is able to pick it up and gets it to Artheloni at the block. She gets it in now to Howarder. Howarder up and off the glass and good. Madeline Howarder gets 2. It's a 4-3 lead for Havana. Here comes Liberty. Back on the left wing. This is Aubrey Fessler. Spins around inside. Shot goes up. Nothing there. Artheloni picks up the rebound. She's trying to find a ball handler. Gets it to Jenna Brooks. Brooks is guarded by John as they go down the time stripe. Now to Parkhill. Brooks now back at the Tigers' paw. Takes a little drive, and they say that's going to be a quick foul against Leela Parkhill. Her first. It's going to be team third against Liberty. Ball be out of bounds. With 4:05 left to go here in the opening period. Kramer the inbound, and that's going to be a 5-second violation. Ducks couldn't find anything. Turnover for Havana, their second of the contest. It's 4:05 left to go here in the opening frame. Liberty basketball. Wesley John speeding across the time stripe, chased down by Howarder on the opposite side. Excuse me, that's Brooks, or Kramer. Back up to the top of the key. Now they get it on the right wing. John with it, trying to find Fessler. Can't get anything there at the post. They work around to Parkhill. Shot from 18 feet, no good. Rebounded by John, up and in. Wesley John gets 2 on the rebound and the putback. It's a 5-4 ball game. 3:42 left here in the opening frame. Ducks trying to press now. Fun little ball game up and down the court here so far as they get it back to Jenna Brooks, and she'll reset the offense. They get it to Artheloni. Nice entry pass into Howarder. Howarder up off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound. Comes up by the way of Liberty. That was Riley Fessler who got a hold of it. Tried to get it out to Parkhill, or excuse me, to Wesley John. Went off her hands, and it's out of bounds. Second turnover of the ball game for Liberty. 3:23 left in the opening frame. 5-4. The Lady Eagles on top. Liberty in white, Havana in maroon. Two teams combined 54 wins and just 1 loss, and the 1 loss is a team that's playing in the state championship in 3A. Maggie French with the basketball, picks it up back at the volleyball line. Gets the ball now down to Howarder. She's guarded by Wesley John. Kicks it back out far on the right wing. That is French again. French gets a hand on it, gets a loss on it, and goes out of bounds. Nice defense there by Riley Brennan. Pressured French just a little bit, went off her hands and out of bounds. Third turnover of the ball game against Havana. Liberty will have it just in front of their own bench. And now the officials having a little bit of a conference, and they say that is going to go off of Liberty instead. So they're going to give it back. We'll take the turnover off the board. It's going to be a Havana basketball instead. They've got the ball out in front of Liberty's bench. 3:07 to go here in the opening frame. Calling for an ISO here. Here comes Howarder. Howarder goes in, gets it to Arthelone on the left block, up and in. Nice little play there for Havana. 6-5 lead for the Ducks now as they were able to ISO and get the ball into Arthelone at the left block. She's a nice presence inside, and that's going to be a travel violation. Now you can start to see the defensive pressure stacking up here just a little bit for both teams. Third turnover of the game, and that's going to be a timeout. Full timeout, 2:46 left in the first. It's Havana 6, Liberty 5. You're watching live here on Central Illinois Sports.
Smith Tent Rentals offers a wide variety of tents, tables, chairs, dance floors, staging, and more to our area. Smith Tent Rentals have been the go-to guys for our local youth ball tournaments when we needed tents to protect our fans. Our local hospital has used Smith's many times for outdoor events. If you have needs for a tent for graduation, prom, your business, your family event, call Smith Tent Rentals. They will cover you up and make you look great for your next event. Call 217-645-3208. Wildcat Car Wash in Barry and the Sherman family, Mariska, Dalton, Gina, and Corey Sherman would like to wish the Eagles good luck in the state tournament. They've made several updates and upgrades with the car wash and more to come. If you'll download the Touch4 Wash app or your first wash, it will be free. From the Tri-State Car Wash and Wildcat Car Wash in Barry, call 217-407-4511 for Tri-State Car Wash and the Wildcat Car Wash in Barry.
Back to live action out of the timeout here. Havana getting the ball in bounds as Liberty took the timeout, their first of the contest. Ducks bring the ball across the timeline. They get it to Jenna Brooks. She'll try and drive by John. Gets it now over on the left wing. This is Maggie French. Arthelone trying to post up at the left elbow. Nothing there. They'll get the ball back to Brooks and give it a reset. Little 1-4 offense here, high 1-4 as they try to get it over to Kramer. She has a little trouble with it from John. Now goes into the lane. Goes around to the right block. It's tied up with John, and they say that'll be a jump ball as Wesley John able to get her hands on it. Alternating possession arrow will favor Havana. 2:20 left here in the opening frame on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. It's 6-5. Havana leads Liberty here in the Class 2A state championship game. They get it to Arthelone. She gets it to French up in the left block. They get it back to Kramer. 3-ball, no good. Arthelone able to pick it back up on the rebound. Her shot is no good. Fight for the rebound underneath, and they say that'll be a foul on Havana. And we'll see who that's going to be on. As Parkhill was able to get the ball on it, that's going to go against Arthelone. Her first, team second. Basketball gets in as Liberty goes inside. They get it to Fessler, and they say it's going to be a charge as she got a little bit too much elbow in. That's going to be Fessler's second. It's going to be team fourth, and that is a turnover against Liberty. That's going to be their fourth of the ball game here so far. We told you both of these teams are very defense-oriented. The story of this game is going to be able to who is going to impose their defense a little bit more, and that's going to be a turnover as Brooks was trying to get it down the floor to French. Couldn't get the pivot foot set just right. Substitution coming in for Havana. Evie Smith, number 5, is going to check back in. And we've got a substitution here on the Liberty side as well. We'll tell you who that is as soon as we can see the number on the back of the jersey. This is John up at the volleyball line. 1:47 left to go here in the opening frame. Gets the ball to work around. Leslie Parkhill now, Leela Parkhill, excuse me. She tries to get the ball inbounds to Austin Ivers. That's number 12 who checked in. Loses the ball. That'll be a turnover on Liberty. They're fifth. Here comes Havana. And that is going to be a bucket and a chance for the three-point play for Evie Smith. Nice play as the Ducks wanted to run just a little bit. Count the basket. And the foul's going to go against Parkhill. That is her second. Team number 5 now. As the foul starting to pile up here just a little bit for Liberty. Smith goes to the free throw line, trying to get the three-point play. She does. It's a 4-point lead for the Ducks. And Kenzie Obert, number 25, is going to check in for Liberty. She'll sit down Leela Parkhill, who's got 2 fouls. Parkhill and Aubrey Fessler, both with 2 fouls here in the early going. Liberty trying to press now. They get it down to the short corner, have to kick it back out. This is John. She goes baseline. Stop, tries to pop, gets blocked by Kramer. 1:17 to go here in the opening period. Nice block by Kramer And here comes Havana. They get it to the left wing. This is Evie Smith. She tries to go baseline. Nothing there. Gets it up to Artheloni. Artheloni to French. They'll get it to Kramer to reset at the volleyball line. 1:04 left here in the opening period. Artheloni goes inside. Evie Smith on the back door. Cut. Nothing there. She's got to kick back out. 3-ball on the way from Maggie French is good. 3-pointer for Maggie French. And it's a 7-point lead for Havana with 50 seconds left to go here in the opening period. Eagles trying to press now and get a quick bucket. Havana wanted a turnover, didn't get it. Riley Brennan, that's Obert, tries to drive baseline. She loses it out of bounds. Off of Havana, it'll remain Eagles basketball with 39 seconds to go. Fessler will be the inbound person. Toss up high, almost not picked off there. Off the glass and good for Riley Brennan. She knocks it down for 2. They're able to cut back in. Now it's a 5-point game, 12-7. It'll be Liberty basketball, barring a change of possession here, and it's going to be a turnover on Havana. Trying to press a little too quickly. They tried to get the ball down to Evie Smith, and that pass just went a little wide out of her and went out of bounds. Brooks will check back in. She'll sit down Howarder. 27 seconds left. Liberty's got the basketball and a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. This is Obert. Gets it up to Fessler. Back into Obert. They get the ball down on the baseline. That's going to be a foul, and Riley Brennan's going to go to the free throw line. And we'll see who that foul gets called upon. And that is going to be on Natalie Artheloni. That's going to be her second, team number 3. So fouls starting to pile up here against some people that you probably don't necessarily want them to pile up against if you are a fan of either one of these teams. Free throw attempt off the glass is no good. We want to remind you about the Pike County Express, locally family-owned newspaper serving Pike County since 1991. Check it out each Wednesday at a newsstand near you. That's the Pike County Express. Artheloni's going to take a seat. She's got 2 fouls. And that's going to take out that interior presence of Havana. Both free throws missed here by Liberty. And the Ducks have a chance here with about 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Havana's got to get a shot off. 1 second. It's a shot at the buzzer by French, and it's good, and they count it. 3-pointer at the buzzer for Maggie French is good. Your score after 1 quarter at Paris High School. The Havana Ducks 15, the Liberty Eagles 7. We'll be back with second quarter action here in 1 minute.
We here at Pete Fish during this holiday season want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday and a happy new year.
Happy holidays to your family and friends. May your holidays be blessed.
Happy holidays from the Pete Fish family to your family.
Happy holidays from your friends at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays from our family at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank. Happy holidays from our friends at Pete Fish.
We at Pete Fish Skiles want to wish you and your family the best.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Back to live action. It's a 15-7 lead for Havana as we start the second quarter. It's Brunnen, not Brunnen. We apologize for the name mispronunciation there. You would have thought we'd get that right here. But hey, we are not the Fox A crew, and I'm not Joe Buck. But we're getting ready for second action, and so glad you're watching alongside here on Central Illinois Sports. Liberty gets the basketball first, and that is a quick turnover by Liberty. That's going to be their 6th already. Havana tries to press. They get it down to Kramer. It goes through her hands and out of bounds as the pass gets just a little out of her reach. Turnover on Havana. That's also their 6th. 5:47 left to go. We're just getting started here on the second quarter. John loses the ball. That's a turnover. Number 7 now. Pressure really starting to mount up against both of these teams. Likely some defensive pressure that they haven't, frankly, seen during the regular season from anybody. Pass inside goes to Evie Smith. She goes up. Can't get anything, and they say that'll be a travel violation. Pick the basketball up, set it back down again. Nice defense from Austin Ivers. Turnover against Havana is going to be their 7th. It's 5:28 left to go here in the second period. Liberty trying to get the ball across the timeline. Obert lost a hold of it. Here comes Havana, but Kramer's going to take a timeout as he didn't like what he saw with the basketball on the floor. Havana takes the timeout. We'll take it too. We're going to be back here in 30 seconds on Central Illinois Sports.
Founded in faith, forged by grace, spread kindness and compassion and generosity to your community. Be the best version of yourself every day and know your simple act can change the world. Hashtag Be Like Grace from the Shell family.
Back to live action here. Teams have traded a couple of turnovers here early in the second quarter. Havana still maintains an 8-point lead. It's 15-7 with 5:22 left in the first half. And it's going to be Havana basketball at midcourt. Inbounds pass goes into the left corner. That is Maggie French. Eagles trying to go a little zone defense near Howes. We've got some foul trouble mounting up on both sides that we've told you about. Kramer, the ball handler, she's back at the Tiger. Over to Jenna Brooks, tries to get it inside. That's to Evie Smith. She's double-teamed, has to get rid of it, and that's going to be a steal. John able to pick it up for Liberty. Here come the Eagles. Ober tried to get it thrown, or excuse me, that was Parkhill. Tried to get it throw up a shot, didn't get anything there. Havana trying to push in transition. Kramer can't get a hold of it. Gives it out to Evie Smith. 2-ball on the way, no good. Rebounded by Maggie French. French tries to get it out. Now another 3-ball for Havana. Up off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound down at the baseline. Evie Smith had a hold of it, and they say that'll be a foul on Liberty. Or though it's a jump ball, excuse me. They're going to call a jump ball on that, and it's going to remain Havana basketball. Want to thank the Cook family who has been so generous to help make us this broadcast possible here tonight. Thank them very much, as we thank all of our local sponsors who have been very generous to help get us here to Paris, Illinois tonight. Havana works the ball around on the inbound play. Kramer went up for the shot. She's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line. Liberty fans were excited, thought they got the block, but it's going to be a foul instead. Foul's going to go against Leela Parkhill. That's going to be her third. Fouls mounting up here just a little bit now. 6 fouls for Liberty. Havana's going to be in bonus for the remainder of the half. First shot is up and good for Kramer, no good. Pike County Concrete. When you need concrete for your next job, give the guys at Pike County Concrete a call, 217-285-5548. Locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville. Second free throw coming up here for the Lady Ducks. They're up by 8. Second one's good, make it 9. It's a 16-7 lead now. Riley Brunin is going to check back into the ball game. She'll sit down Kinsey Obert. Full court pressure coming here from Havana. Two very, very defensive-minded teams so far. Liberty trying to press to get down past the press. They get the ball now down to Brunin. Man-to-man pressure here from Havana now. John works the ball around the volleyball line. She's got Fessler to her right. John dribbling, trying to find an opening. 3-ball on the way for Liberty. Up off the glass, and it's good. 3-ball falls for Riley Fessler, a much-needed bucket for Liberty, and it's 16-10. Smith now works it on the left wing. Zone defense still here for Liberty. French, open 3-ball. She's hit one earlier. Goes off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Howarder. Howarder gets blocked from behind, and that'll go out of bounds and remain Havana basketball with 3:52 left here in the second period. Austin Ivers able to get the block for Liberty. Stack inbounds here for Havana. They get it to Kramer. French will bring it back out, and Havana will reset their offense. Jenna Brooks with the basketball. Howarder flashed high at the free throw line. Nothing there as Havana trying to be a little patient. They've got a 6-point lead here. 3:30 left in the second period. They get the ball to Brooks. Brooks thought about the three-pointer, and she travels. She caught up in double coverage there and was not able to get a good beat on getting rid of the basketball. It'll be a turnover on the Ducks. Eagles basketball in front of their own bench with 3.5 to go. They trail by 6. John presses across. Gets the basketball now. This is Fessler. Gets the basketball into Fessler. Fessler to Fessler. Brunin now with the basketball. Eagles overloaded on the left side. John dribbles through the free throw line. 3-ball on the way. Off the rim and no good. Fight for the rebound, goes to the floor, and that's probably going to be a jump ball. Jump ball called. Alternating possession will belong to Liberty with 3:07 left to go here. On the Trucks LLC scoreboard, you're watching the Class 2A state championship game for 7th grade. It's Liberty and Havana. Liberty in the white, Havana in the maroon. Liberty with the basketball, trailing by 6. Wesley John with the basketball. Thinks about it, gives it up. They say that's a two-pointer either way, and it goes off the back of the iron. It's rebounded by Liberty. Ivers was able to pick up the rebound, couldn't get a good beat on it to pass, and it's a turnover, and here comes Havana. They get the ball quickly down to Kramer. Kramer gets the ball up, and they say she'll get fouled. Howarder with a nice look-ahead pass for Havana, and that's going to send Kramer to the free throw line. 7th team foul of the half against the Eagles. That foul's going to go against Brune, and that's her second. So if you're keeping track here of the foul situation, because it is mounting up for these Liberty starters. First free throw is good for Brooks, 17-10. Parkhill has 3, Aubrey Fessler has 2, Brunen has 2. On the Havana side right now, Artheloni has 2 for the Ducks, and we have not seen her in quite a while. Second one's up and good, and it's another 8-point lead here for Havana, 2:50 left to go in the first half. Eagles trying to get around this pressure here. Havana fans wanted to travel, didn't get it there. John trying to work the basketball around. Thought about the 3 ball, gets closed out, and now fouls on the floor. Loose ball gets picked up, back up by Liberty. They get the basketball in, try to get it to Ivers, and that'll go out of bounds. They say it's off the Ducks last. It'll be Liberty basketball. Aubrey Fessler will inbound. And Brennan Parkhill wants a timeout. Liberty takes the timeout. We will take it too. It's Havana 18, Liberty 10. We are back here in 30 seconds.
Dr. David Wright, DDS, would like to wish his niece, Kinsey Obert, and all of the Lady Eagles the best of luck in tonight's state championship game. You'll find Dr. Wright's practice at 1200 Hampshire Street in Quincy. Call 217-228-0536. That's 217-228-0536 for Dr. David Wright, DDS. Play hard, soar on, and smile bright, Eagles, from Dr. David Wright.
Back to live action coming out of the timeout that Liberty called. That is their second. Havana has used 1 so far here in the first half. Liberty basketball underneath their own basket on the Tiger stripe, and they'll work it into Wesley John on the right side. She'll take it back up to the top of the key. Liberty has had just a little bit of struggle, maybe getting the quality shots that they've wanted to here in the first half, and that's because of Havana's defense. They get the ball into Aubrey Fessler. It goes off the back, no good. Rebounded by the Ducks. Here comes Howarder. Howarder tries to get it. That's tipped up. Stolen away by Liberty. 2:07 left to go here in the first half. Wesley John gets it to the three-point line, trying to get it to somebody inside, and they're having a lot of trouble getting that basketball inside, and that's where they want to be. This team does not shoot a lot of three-pointers. Brunen leaned in just a little bit. Havana wanted the charging foul, couldn't get it. Instead, it's going to go off of Liberty and be out of bounds. It'll be Havana basketball. Length of the court to go, 1:53 left to go here in the first half. It's an 18-10 lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Extended pressure here from the Eagles. They get the ball now into Kramer. Kramer underneath, she's double teamed, gets it to French on the opposite block. Working around the perimeter here for Havana. 3 ball on the way for Howarder off the back of the iron, no good. Liberty tries to steal it, gets saved by Evie Smith, and she's going to get it on the putback. 2 points for Smith. It's a 20-10 lead here. Havana really getting to do some nice things that they want here on the defensive side. Basketball is going to get tied up on the floor as John got a little out of control and slid. She gets tied up with Evie Smith. Possession arrow favors the Ducks. It's 1:18 to go here. Havana pressing, trying to get some more points and extend this lead. Watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports. So glad to bring it all to you here tonight. Thanks to the Cook family again for their generous help, along with all of our sponsors that have got us here tonight. Havana gets the basketball. They try to throw it over to French. It goes through her hands and out of bounds. Turnover for the Ducks, and it'll be an Eagle basketball. Arthelone is going to come back in. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. She sits down Howarder. Gives him just a little bit more presence inside. Havana has done a nice job protecting that ball out of the interior. Liberty tries to press down the sidelines, and they say that's going to be a foul against the Ducks. That'll go against Jenna Brooks. That's her first, team number 4 against Havana. With just a minute to go here, we'll see what Liberty can do. It's still their basketball to begin the second half. 10-point deficit as John's got the basketball now, guarded by Brooks back at the volleyball line. She's got Riley Fessler. They get the ball inside now to Ivers. Ivers, nice post move. She's going to go up and get the foul, and she'll go to the line for 2. Austin Ivers with an opportunity here to cut the deficit with the clock stopped here. Foul number 6 against Havana is going to go against Artheloni. That's going to be her 3rd. Excuse me, that is the 5th team foul against Havana, not the 6th. Ivers' first free throw off the rim and no good. If there is one potential weakness that we've seen out of this Liberty team, according to stats, it might be the free throw shooting. We told you this is a team that does not attempt a lot of three-pointers. This is a team that forces a lot of defensive pressure, gets a lot of transition points, and works the ball inside. Ivers up trying to get the second one here. 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. We'll tell you all about more here on the Little Jess halftime show. Ducks trying to move as neither of the free throws fall for Liberty. This is Smith. Gets the ball back out to Kramer. 39 seconds left to go in the first half. French with the basketball. Liberty stays back in the zone trying to protect. They get the basketball all the way to the left side now. French tries to flash on the block, nothing there. Working the ball back around the perimeter. This is Kramer on the right side, guarded by Fessler. Kicks it over. Jenna Brooks, 3 balls, no good. Rebound fought on the floor. That's picked up by Ivers. Here comes John. 14 seconds left to go. She tries to go in, can't draw any contact. Shot up and no good. And the ball goes to Evie Smith, and they say that's going to be an out of bounds on Smith. As Aubrey Fessler was able to make the stop defensively, it's Liberty basketball with 8.7 left to go here. Brennan Parkhill barks out instructions from the far bench. Ball goes inside to John. 5 seconds. She goes through. Shot up from 8 feet, nothing there. Rebounded by Aubrey Fessler. It goes 3. And that is going to be the end of the first half. We have reached the Little Jess halftime show for the Class 2A state championship game here at Paris High School. It's the Havana Ducks 20. The Liberty Eagles 10. We're going to tell you more about some halftime stats and break down this first half when we come back in 3 minutes here on the halftime show.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Prairieland FS is a full-service agricultural supplier dedicated to providing high-quality products and services for the purpose of improving customer profitability. We're known for our customer service in and out of the fields. We are neighbors serving neighbors for over 100 years and promise to provide complete seed and application service to all our customers. Our trained energy specialists, along with our crop specialists, can help you take your business to the next level. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs. Central Illinois Sports and the Liberty Eagles want to recognize Brooke and Patrick Cook on their major contribution to make this broadcast possible. Thank you, Brooke and Patrick. Without you, we couldn't be here. Central Illinois Sports and Liberty's Eagles, thank you. So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this, my actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service. Insurance with a local agent, it's called service. Call State Farm agent Joshua Peterson today at 230 West Main Street in Havana, 309-543-6240. At Lewis Hybrid, we know each season is another chance to take your profit potential even further than the last. With our seed traits, seed growth, crop protection, and digital agricultural solutions, we'll help you get there. From one-on-one consultations to the industry's latest technologies to promising agronomic insights, we can provide you with all the solutions you need to optimize your field potential. To learn more, visit lewishybrids.com or contact McCleary Brothers Seed at 217-242-3680. Please read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Welcome back to Central Illinois Sports. We have reached the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Little Jess in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Your halftime score here of the Class 2A state championship game for 7th grade girls basketball. Havana Lady Ducks lead the Liberty Lady Eagles by a score of 20-10. It has been a game of defensive pressure here so far. Let's tell you about the halftime scoring breakdown. For Liberty, Wesley John has 5 points, Riley Brunin has 2, and Riley Fessler has 3, and that totals up the 10 points on the board for Liberty. On the Havana side, 20 points total in the first half. Ava Kramer's got 3, Madeline Howarder has 2, Evie Smith has 5, Maggie French has 8 off some nice sharpshooting, and Natalie Artheloni has put in 1 basket for 2 points. We've told you early, both of these teams able to do balanced scoring. You're not going to see anybody really stand out here with a ton of points for either team. That's how these coaches like to play it. But you have seen the defensive pressure cause a lot of turnovers in the first half for both of these teams. And again, maybe a little less than or a little more than pressure than most of these teams are used to seeing throughout the season. We know that normally Liberty only averages about 8 turnovers a game, and we've probably seen that and more here in the first half. Havana, a team that does not turn the ball over very often either, and Liberty has been able to cause them into some worries as well. We remind you, Charlie, John, and Jack are at Auburn right now. You can watch the Class 3A state championship game. That is Pikeland-Pittsfield taking on Paris Mayo, and they've got that game live here as well. If it's your first time watching us on Central Illinois Sports, we are so very happy, very humbled and honored that you've chosen to spend your hard-earned time with us here on a Thursday night to tune in for a fantastic ball game between two teams that we are happy to celebrate here tonight on Central Illinois Sports. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to tell you about more of our wonderful sponsors who have helped make this happen. When we come back, we'll get you primed for the second half of the Class 2A state championship game. Havana and Liberty back here on Central Illinois Sports.
Wildcat Car Wash in Barry and the Sherman family, Mariska, Dalton, Gina, and Corey Sherman would like to wish the Eagles good luck in the state tournament. They've made several updates and upgrades with the car wash and more to come. If you'll download the Touch4 Wash app or your first wash, it will be free. From the Tri-State Car Wash and Wildcat Car Wash in Barry, call 217-407-4511 for Tri-State Car Wash and the Wildcat Car Wash in Barry.
A&D Builders and owners Anthony and Afton Bareyes would like to wish the Liberty Lady Eagles the best of luck in today's state championship game. A&D Builders, located in Barry, Illinois, specializes in custom new home construction and in-ground pool installation. Call A&D Builders at 217-440-5930. That's 217-440-5930 for A&D Builders, saying, Go Eagles!
Founded in faith, forged by grace, spread kindness and compassion and generosity to your community. Be the best version of yourself every day and know your simple act can change the world. Hashtag Be Like Grace from the Shell family. The Havana National Bank, established in 1875, is locally owned and an agricultural bank along the Illinois River in Havana, Illinois. We focus on service to our communities, knowing farming is a mainstay. Havana National Bank has been able to maintain a solid capital position and return semi-annual dividends to our shareholders. We operate in 5 counties in a 30-mile radius around Havana. Our goal is to maintain our independent status for our customers. Havana National Bank, proud of our past, committed to the future. Wishing the Havana Ducks success. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The one constant in life is change. Throughout our lives, we will go down roads that we never imagined, and we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Want to own your future? Contact Country Financial Representative Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Jeff Kroenke can help you put a solid plan in place with insurance solutions to help make sure you're protected from what lies ahead. Get started today. Contact Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Call him at 217-645-3042 for Country Financial.
Welcome back here to the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Little Jess, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase in Quincy, Illinois. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. We encourage you to learn more online at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Just about ready to wrap up the halftime break here as Havana holds a 10-point lead, chasing their 5th state championship in school history. As we're watching along here on the YouTube feed tonight, Jason Martin says, good luck, Dennis and the Little Lady Ducks. Remember when his 2 girls were in that same gym, and they're hoping to see another fire truck ride here tonight in Havana. Liberty trying to upset that here tonight. They've got a ways to go, though. They've got a 10-point deficit, and they will have the basketball here to start the 3rd quarter. If this is your first time watching here, of course, we encourage you to like, subscribe, tell your friends about it here. We've got an exciting second half coming up here of girls basketball action. Looking across the starting 5 here. Kramer is going to replace Artheloni in the starting lineup for Liberty, or for Havana, excuse me. It's Liberty basketball here to start the 3rd as we get things underway. Wesley John works down the left side. It's going to go off her foot, and they say that'll be in Havana basketball. She dribbled into triple coverage, didn't have anywhere to go. That basketball went off her left foot and out of bounds. It's turnover on the Eagles. Havana will work the basketball up slowly across the timeline. They get it to French now over on the right wing. She tosses it back up to the top of the key to Kramer. Liberty still sitting back in that zone now. They've got a little bit of foul trouble they've got to worry about. Dribble comes in from Howard, or she's not able to get the basket. It's a rebound, though, for Havana. French gets it stolen away. Here comes Liberty. Basketball now to Wesley John. She pushes across with 5:17 to go. We're in the opening minute of the second half here on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Basketball now goes to Riley Fessler. She'll reset the Liberty offense here. Tries to get the basketball inside to Brunin. Brunin working around, gets the basketball up and good for Riley Brunin. 2 points. Desperately needed points for Liberty. It's a 20-12 game here with 4:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Basketball goes across here. Inside to Smith. She tried to get it across the lane, and it's going to get stolen. That's a turnover on Havana, and here comes Liberty. John with the basketball. Works around, dribbles behind the back, goes to the left side, trying to find somebody to get the ball to. Nobody's there. They gets it back out to Fessler. Fessler to Fessler. Or to Brunin, excuse me. Brunin's going to shoot up from 10, goes off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by the Ducks. Here comes Havana. French now with the basketball. Goes in transition to Smith. Smith up and good off the glass. 2 points for Havana. And it's a 10-point lead again, 22-12. 4:18 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ducks get the basketball down the post. This is Aubrey Fessler. She's got to get rid of the basketball. A little bit of pressure. She's got an open shot from 10 feet. Off the back of the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Goes off the hands of Jenna Brooks, and that'll remain Liberty basketball. Parkhill and Brooks were fighting for it. Starting 5 came out here for Liberty to begin the second half. Aubrey Fessler inbounds. Gets it over to Fessler. She can't hold on to the ball. That's Riley Fessler. And they say that is going to be a travel violation on Havana as Smith had the basketball. We are perched high atop Paris High School. When I say high, we are a good 20-plus rows up here. This is a big, big gym. John drives inside, goes up against double coverage. She's going to draw the foul, and Wesley John will go to the free throw line, trying to get Liberty cut back into this deficit. Foul is going to go against Madeline Howarder. That's going to be her first, team first of the half, coming up here for the Ducks. Free throw is up and no good. That's been a little bit of an Achilles heel here tonight for Liberty. They still trail by 10, 3:53 to go here in the third quarter. John's second free throw, up and good. 22-13. Liberty's going to hold back in that extended zone here. Savannah's got a little bit of time to work the ball across. John with the steal. Here comes Wesley John. Fast break. Left-handed layup up and good for Wesley John. And that's going to cut into that lead. It's 22-15 now. 3:36 left to go in the third quarter. Kramer urging to get the ball down in the corner. Cross-court pass to French. French, two-point shot. Up and good. That's a two-ball from Maggie French. She's got the range from just about anywhere on the half of the floor. It's a 24-15 lead. Steal for Havana. Here comes Evie Smith. Evie Smith trying to go through. Two defenders behind her, and it gets tipped out of bounds by Leela Parkhill. And that'll remain a Havana basketball under their own bench. 3:14 to go here in the third. It's a 9-point lead for the Ducks. Inbounds pass. And it gets stolen away. They tried to get it to French. And Parkhill was able to get her hands on it. She was trying to get out of bounds, couldn't spin around. And that'll go out of bounds. And they say that is going to be Havana basketball. Parkhill tried to get rid of it, didn't have anywhere to go with it. And they say it went off her last. Havana basketball, 3:08 to go here in the third. They get the basketball back to Kramer. This is Howarder. Havana gets about on the perimeter. They get it to French. Kicks it back up to Kramer now. Back to Howarder. Three ball from Madeline. Howarder's good. Three ball from Howarder. Extends the lead now. It's 27-15. A 12-point lead, the biggest for Havana in the ballgame with 2:47 to go here in the third quarter. Liberty's got to get a run put together somehow. This Havana defense has been extremely stingy. Three ball on the way. Liberty tries to answer, no good. Fight for the rebound comes loose. It's picked up by Havana. Ducks will take their timeline, getting it worked across. This is Brooks. Gets it down to Kramer. She works down the baseline. Nothing there. Brings the ball back out. Havana's got the luxury of a 12-point lead here and can burn a little bit of time. French gets it inbounds to Smith. Smith across the lane to Brooks. She's going to go up and get fouled. Or excuse me, that's Kramer. Ava Kramer will go to the free throw line. We apologize here. Sometimes we lose track of people. That just happens. Wesley John picks up the foul. That's her first. Team first of the half against Liberty. Ava Kramer at the free throw line. 3 points for Kramer tonight, trying to make it 4. She misses the first free throw. You're watching the Class 2A state championship game for 7th grade here, live on Central Illinois Sports. Brian Shoemaker bringing you the play-by-play here tonight. Charlie and John are over at Auburn for the 3A title. Second free throw is no good. It's rebounded by Smith. A little bit of double team pressure from Liberty forces the ball out of bounds off of Havana. It'll be the Eagles basketball, length of the floor to go here, and Havana is going to apply some pressure of their own. 2:11 left to go here in the third frame. They get the ball to Riley Fessler. Now to Aubrey Fessler, and Brennan Parkhill didn't like what he saw there, and he takes a timeout. Liberty takes a timeout. They're down by 12. It's 27-15. We're back in a minute on Central Illinois Sports.
J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy specializes in custom-made display cabinets and most items made from wood, also European mounted skulls. Jeff Caspery at 2301 North 900th Avenue in Liberty. Call 217-440-8900. And if you're looking for replica trophies of those trophies you'll get tonight for individual players, give Jeff a call at 217-440-8900. On Facebook, go to J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy. Don't forget Jeff Caspery. It's J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy, 217-440-8900. So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this, my actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service. Insurance with a local agent, it's called service. Call State Farm agent Joshua Peterson today at 230 West Main Street in Havana, 309-543-6248.
Back with you live here on Central Illinois Sports. Liberty's going to take the basketball back after the out-of-bounds pressure from Havana was not what Brennan Parkhill liked to see. Wesley John's going to bring the basketball up one-on-one against Evie Smith. Gets the basketball. This is Aubrey Fessler. Fessler tries to get caught. She gets caught in triple team coverage. They get it to Riley Fessler. Shot from the free throw line, no good. Picked up by Maggie French, and here comes Havana again. They've got a 12-point lead and the basketball with 1:45 left to go. Kramer's had a nice third quarter. She gets the ball back to Jenna Brooks. Liberty now moves back to man-to-man defense. In the corner, this is Madeline Howarder. French fly across on the baseline. Nothing there. Here comes Howarder. Kicks it back out to Smith. 1:27 left to go here in the third frame. Havana being patient offensively. They've got the luxury of a 12-point lead to do it with. Jenna Brooks with the basketball. Now she's guarded by Riley Fessler at the volleyball line. 1:15 to go. Liberty needs to make a stop and a run here at some point. Wesley John trying to keep up with Ava Kramer. Howarder's got the basketball, drives into the free throw lane, nothing there. She kicks it out to Smith. Smith takes a couple of dribbles now. Howarder flashes the right elbow. She goes into the lane, nothing there. She gives it now out to Smith. Smith gets double teamed, kicks it out. 3-ball on the way for Havana. Off the front of the rim, no good. Shot by Kramer. Rebound now for Aubrey Fessler. Here comes Liberty. 45 seconds. They won't have the basketball. That'll be a Havana basketball to start the quarter unless there's a change of possession. John's shot goes up and no good. And the officials stop time here for a little bit. You've got an injury going on for Evie Smith. Smith's going to sit down. Artheloni's going to come back in. Not sure exactly what happened there. May have tweaked something. She looks to be favoring a knee just a little bit. It's 35 seconds to go. It's Havana ball out of bounds. Length of the floor to go as Liberty's got full court pressure coming. They get the basketball into Howarder. She's guarded now by Riley Brunin. Pushes it now down to Kramer. Kramer tries to get through the wing, gets stolen away. Here comes Liberty. John with the basketball. 24 seconds left to go. Kicks it back. 3-ball, thought about it. Did Fessler, but she didn't, and now falls to the floor. It's a 3-person fight on the floor, and they say that'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor Havana. 17 seconds left here to go. Ducks have a 12-point lead. It's 27-15 as we are just about done here with the third quarter. Basketball goes in. That is Howarder. Pushes now down to Kramer. Goes over her head. She chases it down. 7 seconds to go. Howarder back with it. Free throw line. Drives into the lane to Artheloni. Kicks back out. 3-ball on the way from Ava Kramer. No good. Rebound is picked up, though, by Howarder. She'll put it in at the buzzer. After 3 quarters of play, it's Havana 29, Liberty 15. 1 quarter to see who's going to take home the Class 2A state championship. We're back on Central Illinois Sports in 1 minute.
We here at Pete Fish during this holiday season want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday and a happy new year.
Happy holidays to your family and friends. May your holidays be blessed.
Happy holidays from the Pete Fish family to your family.
Happy holidays from your friends at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays from our family at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank. Happy holidays from our friends at Pete Fish.
We at Pete Fish Skiles want to wish you and your family the best.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
Back to the live fourth quarter action starting here in the Class 2A 7th grade girls state championship game. Havana leads by 14. Liberty's got the basketball though, and they've got 6 minutes to try and make a run. Wesley John with it. Gets it now back to Aubrey Fessler. She tries to drive in the lane, gets picked up and stolen by Artheloni. Turnover on the Eagles. Havana presses now. This is Ava Kramer with the basketball. Gets it now back over to Howarder. She drives in the lane. Finds Artheloni at the right block. Up off the glass for Natalie Artheloni is good. And it's a quick 2 points for Havana, 31-15. Ducks trying to pull away and win their 5th state championship. John tries to answer with a 3-ball. It's no good. Rebound up by Park Hill. She will get fouled and go to the line for 2. Park Hill will go to the charity stripe for 2. Foul is going to come against number 34. That's going to be Maggie French. That's just her first of the game. Second of the half against Havana. Park Hill at the free throw line. Free throw is up and no good, and Liberty has really needed some of these shots tonight to go down from the charity stripe. It's a 16-point lead now with 5:24 left to go here in the ballgame. So glad you were watching us live here tonight on Central Illinois Sports. So happy to be able to bring it all to you thanks to some of our wonderful sponsors, including the Cook family. Second free throw up and no good. Rebound goes the way of Havana. This is Kramer bringing the basketball up against the time stripe. She's guarded by Kinsey Obert. They push the ball now. Arthelone gets it at the free throw line. She's double teamed. Jenna Brooks now with it. Gets it back into Arthelone. Nice movement by Havana. They get it to Howarder. It's blocked. And they say that Liberty will step on the end line there, and it'll be out of bounds for Havana. Liberty got the defensive stop they need after some nice ball movement from the Ducks. But the step out of bounds gives the basketball back to Havana. 5 minutes left here in the state championship game. Basketball goes inside. That's going to be Howarder. She kicks it back out. Now here goes Arthelone at the right block. She doesn't get in, as now it's kicked away from Ober. Ober got her hand on it. It's a steal for the Eagles. Here comes Liberty. Park Hill with the basketball. Works the basketball back around. Liberty's got to reset and move. John with the basketball. She drives to the free throw line. Running jumper, no good. Save comes by the way of Aubrey Fessler, but it gets picked up by Havana. 4:37 left to go here in the state championship. They push the basketball now. This is Kramer. She tries to force the extra pass, and that gets picked away from Aubrey Fessler. It'll be out of bounds. Havana's basketball under their own hoop. 31-15, 4:31 left to go here in the Trucks LLC scoreboard. The state championship being awarded here in just about 15 minutes. Arthelone gets the basketball. No good. Rebounded, though, by Howarder. Howarder puts it up into it for 2. Madeline Howarder picks it up, 33-15. A much-needed basket for Havana to try and really put a seal on this. 4:16 to go now. They get the basketball up to Obert at the top of the key. She works left side, stops, thinks about it, gives the shot up. It gets blocked by Kramer. Saved by the Eagles as Aubrey Fessler tried to save it back in, but they say she stepped on the end line. It'll be Havana basketball once again. Full court pressure coming from Liberty. Havana's got the length of the court to go here. They get it into Jenna Brooks. Pushes the basketball now down. Picks it back up at the volleyball line. They get it into Arthelone on the right side. Works it down now against Fessler. And Dennis Kramer says he'll take a timeout. Havana takes the timeout. We'll take it too. It's 33-15. Havana leads Liberty. 3:55 to go. We're back here in a minute.
Central Illinois Sports and the Liberty Eagles want to recognize Brooke and Patrick Cook on their major contribution to make this broadcast possible. Thank you, Brooke and Patrick. Without you, we couldn't be here. Central Illinois Sports and Liberty's Eagles, thank you.
Dr. David Wright, DDS, would like to wish his niece, Kinsey Obert, and all the Lady Eagles the best of luck in tonight's state championship game. You'll find Dr. Wright's practice at 1200 Hampshire Street in Quincy. Call 217-228-0536. That's 217-228-0536 for Dr. David Wright, DDS. Play hard, soar on, and smile bright, Eagles, from Dr. David Wright.
Back live here, 3:55 to go. Thank all of you for watching tonight. A huge audience watching alongside with us. We want to thank the staff at Paris Mayo Junior High and Paris High School. They've been fantastic to work with. Understanding that it's a long ride for a lot of you here tonight. We've got a nice fan base from both sections, some nice student sections here. Havana's kids showed up on the bus just a little bit later than they might have wanted to, but they are here and loud, and Liberty's got a nice group of kids as well. Inbounds pass. Just as they were able to inbounds the ball, Kramer took another timeout. He'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here. It's 3:55 to go. Havana 33, Liberty 15. It has been a struggle offensively for Liberty. They have just not seemed to get the shots they want tonight, and of course you've got to credit that to the Havana defense. Havana offensively has really been able to kind of work things around. They've really got the ball into Arthelone in the post a lot. Ava Kramer has had a really nice ball game here for Havana so far, and Howarder has kicked in some nice second half points to help extend this lead. Havana is no stranger to the state tournament. They've got 9 straight trophies. This is going to be the first one for Liberty, one way or the other. Just depends if it's going to be the big one or the runner-up. Either way, it's a nice thing to be playing here on the last night of the season. Havana's going to inbound the basketball. Block set up here on the inbounds for Brooks to get the ball inside. She gets it to Kramer at the top of the key. 3:52 left to go here in the state championship. They get the ball out to Brooks now. She's double-teamed by Obert and John. She tries to get rid of it back to Kramer. Havana playing just a little bit of keep away, and they've got the luxury to do so. They get the ball to Artheloni at the left elbow. Kicks it back out. Drive, gets the ball to Artheloni up at the block. She'll get blocked, and they say that'll be a foul, and Artheloni will go to the free throw line for 2. Natalie Artheloni coming up to the line here. Looks like 4 points on the night for Artheloni. Foul is going to go against Park Hill. That will be her 4th personal, 2nd of the half here for Liberty. Artheloni trying to extend the lead, and she does. 34-15. Havana looking to go up by 20 here with 3:30 to go. And they can start to sense it just a little bit over in that Havana student section. The maroon and white getting just a little bit louder with each point that falls through the hoop. Second one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Austin Ivers. Liberty's got a lot of room to make up here, and they've got to go fast. John with the basketball, 3:20 to go. She drives left side, gets picked away from French, and they say that'll go out of bounds off of French, and it'll remain Liberty basketball. Riley Brunen's going to check back in the game. She'll sit down Park Hill. Liberty basketball out of bounds. Also checking back in is Riley Fessler. She'll sit down Kenzie Obert. Cross picks on the way for Liberty. Nothing there. They kick it out to John on the left wing. She drives into the lane, kicks it back out. 3 ball on the way for Liberty off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded. Here comes Havana. She's got a wide open lane to go. Gets stopped, though, by Fessler. Goes off the hands of Brooks. Nice pressure from Riley Fessler, and that'll go out of bounds. 3:07 left to go, and it's Liberty basketball once again. They are doing a nice job trying to stop Wesley John. They just put Jenna Brooks all the way up for full court coverage, and she was the only one back. Aubrey Fessler able to get the ball in. She's going to go get the basket. She'll go to the line for the old 3-point play, excuse me. Let's see who the foul's going to be on against Havana. Officials are double checking too. They're not quite exactly sure. It's 2:58 left to go here in the ball game. And that foul is going to go against Madeline Howarder. It's her 2nd personal. Team number 3 here against Havana. Crowds are loud on both sides. Free throw is good. And it's 34-18 as Fessler gets the 3-point play. This is Kramer. 2:50 left to go. We are less than 3 minutes away from the state championship being decided here tonight at Paris. Jenna Brooks with the basketball. Fakes and drives down. Nice dish to Artheloni. Artheloni from 5 feet off the rim and no good. Picked back up, though, by Havana. They've got a lot of second chance shots here tonight. And that goes up and in. Nice drive in the bucket for Madeline Howarder. Makes it a 36-18 ball game with 2:31 here to go. Foul is going to go against Aubrey Fessler. That is her 3rd, team 3rd of the half against Liberty. Havana starting to taste it here just a little bit. Howarder's free throw is up and good. 37-18 now. 2:30 to go. Liberty pressing back. John gets into double coverage, kicks it back out to Brunin. John with it again. Liberty's got to find some shots here in a hurry. Gets the basketball inside. This is Aubrey Fessler. Spins around with the block, tries to get it up. Fessler goes up. She'll get fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Aubrey Fessler back to the charity stripe here for the Eagles. We'll see who the foul's called on against for Havana. That's Howarder. That's her 3rd personal. Team 4th against the Ducks here in the second half. Aubrey Fessler back to the free throw line, trying to get a couple of more points here and really see if the Eagles have one last run in them. It's going to be a 37-19 ball game here with 2:15 left to go. We will stick around after the conclusion here to show you the medals and trophies being awarded to both of these teams. We'll see if we can't get one or both of the coaches to get up here and join us. Sometimes that's a little bit of a challenge, especially when we're 20 rows up here off the floor. Second free throw's off and no good, and that's going to go off the hands of Havana. Artheloni was in there trying to get her hands on it, and it goes out of bounds, and it will remain Liberty basketball underneath their own basket. 2:14 to go. It's an 18-point lead here for Havana. Brunin tried to grab it. She lost it. Got picked up, though. That's Lydia Bliven, number 11, in the ball game. John picks it back up on the left wing, has to get rid of it. Now they get it back to Riley Fessler. 2:01 to go. She takes one step in. Three ball, no good off the side of the iron. Rebounded by Liberty. That's Fessler. Aubrey Fessler goes up with it again. Rebounded by Bliven. That is Riley Fessler with the basket. 37-21 here to go. 1:45 to go to decide the 2A state championship for 7th grade. Kramer with the basketball. Picks it up back at the midcourt. Havana's trying to hold the rest of this one out. Brooks now with the basketball, chased down by Wesley John. She drives into the lane. Brooks gets wide open on the block, and it's good. 39-21, and Havana can taste it here with 1:20 left to go here in the ball game. Aubrey Fessler goes up with it, and Fessler gets fouled again. Aubrey Fessler trying to will her team back into some sense here with 1:15 left to go. It's foul is going to go against number 2. That's going to be Ava Kramer. That's her first, team number 5. They'll count the points on the board, make it 23. And Aubrey Fessler will go back to the line trying to get cut into this lead just a little bit. Liberty has a couple of timeouts if Brendan Parkhill wants to try and figure something out here at the end, but the free throw's no good and picked up by Artheloni. 1:12 to go here in the final quarter. They get to Brooks now. Brooks pushes it down to Maggie French on the right side. She's double teamed and needs to get rid of it. Artheloni in the corner, and they say that'll be a foul on Liberty. Might go against Parkhill, and if it is, that's going to be her 5th. That's going to go against Aubrey Fessler instead. That'll be her 4th personal. Kenzie Obert's going to check back into the game along with Austin Ivers. And it's Havana basketball here. Just over a minute to go in the state championship game. Liberty tries to pick up the steal. Kenzie Obert was in on it, and they say that's going to be a jump ball, maybe. Jump ball it is, and it's going to remain with Havana. 1 minute to go. 39-23 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Havana with the lead in the basketball. Here's a steal from John. Here comes Wesley John pushing into traffic. She's got to get rid of it. She pushes it away. Gets the ball loose, kicked out from Howarder. Here comes a steal for the Ducks. 48 seconds left to go. Havana is going to win the state championship here in just a few minutes. And the Lady Ducks are going to add another first-place trophy to their already robust resume. Wesley John picks up the foul. It's her 2nd, team number 5. Havana is going to finish the season undefeated at 28-0. Liberty, nothing to shake their heads out, 27-2. The only losses coming to likely state champions as we project that Pittsfield will win the Class 3A state championship. Foul's going to come by the way of Liberty. That's going to be Parkhill. That's going to be Fessler, Aubrey Fessler, and that's her 5th personal. A great game for Aubrey Fessler tonight as Lily Geisey's going to check in. That's number 3 checking in for the Eagles. 6 team fouls now for Liberty. 34 seconds left to go here. Havana's got the basketball as Brooks has it. Kramer says, let's pull it back out. They get it into Artheloni. One more shot from Natalie Artheloni, no good. She rebounds her own basket, and it gets blocked away, and the basketball goes out of bounds. And we've got a Liberty player down on the floor. Officials will check things out here for just a second. They're going to get a sub in. She might have went down just a little bit crooked. That appears to be Austin Ivers, who got tangled up, or Bliven, one or the other, got tangled up there with Artheloni as she went down, and she's holding her arm, maybe her midsection. Either way, she is not feeling good. Basketball goes up, and Howarder's going to put in 2 more as we're going to wrap this one up. 17 seconds. We're going to tell you all about the state championship coming up here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. One last shot from John doesn't get there. French gets the basketball. And this is going to go out of bounds one more time as Howarder got a little too excited. 6 seconds left to go. Riley Fessler's going to check into the game. She'll sit down Wesley John, who has had a tremendous season. She is just a 6th grader, folks. You're going to hear a lot more about her as the years go on. And Riley Bruin's going to sit down Lila Parkhill. 2 great players, 2 great leaders here for the Liberty team. And their effort's going to fall short tonight with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We have hit the buzzer. Your state champions for 2022. For Class 2A in the 7th grade level, the Havana Lady Ducks. They win their 10th state trophy, 5th state championship here in school history. For the Liberty Lady Eagles, they will pick up their first trophy ever. As a junior high girls basketball program, it will come as a 2nd place finish. And a very proud Liberty community back home and a very proud Havana community home as well. We have reached the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. We're going to tell you about all this and more, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930. The Havana National Bank, established in 1875, is locally owned and an agricultural bank along the Illinois River in Havana, Illinois. We focus on service to our communities, knowing farming is a mainstay. Havana National Bank has been able to maintain a solid capital position and return semi-annual dividends to our shareholders. We operate in 5 counties in a 30-mile radius around Havana. Our goal is to maintain our independent status for our customers. Havana National Bank, proud of our past, committed to the future. Wishing the Havana Ducks success. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The one constant in life is change. Throughout our lives, we will go down roads that we never imagined, and we need to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Want to own your future? Contact Country Financial Representative Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Jeff Kroenke can help you put a solid plan in place with insurance solutions to help make sure you're protected from what lies ahead. Get started today. Contact Jeff Kroenke in Liberty. Call him at 217-645-3042 for Country Financial. J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy specializes in custom-made display cabinets and most items made from wood, also European-mounted skulls. Jeff Caspery at 2301 North 900th Avenue in Liberty. Call 217-440-8900. And if you're looking for replica trophies of those trophies you'll get tonight for individual players, give Jeff a call at 217-440-8900. On Facebook, go to J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy. Don't forget, Jeff Caspery. It's J.K. Woodshop and Taxidermy, 217-440-8900. So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this, my actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this, they actually say it's called service. Insurance with a local agent, it's called service. Call State Farm agent Joshua Peterson today at 230 West Main Street in Havana, 309-543-6248.
We are back with you live here on the Central Illinois Sports Postgame show, brought to you by Illini Community Hospital. Illini Community Hospital has been serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services, from primary and specialty care to emergency medicine. Illini is here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. We are tabulating some post-game stats for you here on the player totals. We will get those to you here in just a few minutes as we are giving you a chance here to see the post-game ceremonies as the Liberty Lady Eagles receiving their individual medals. Wesley John grabbing hers, the team leader here this season for Liberty. This is a fantastic young Liberty squad that is going to be back, folks. They've got a lot of core talent here, a lot of great players, and you know Brennan Parkhill will have them ready to come back next season. 27-2, the final record here for Liberty this season. They're only 2 losses coming to the state champions, which will be the Havana Lady Ducks. And as soon as we can find a score from it, we believe that Pikeland is probably going to win the state 3A championship. So their only 2 losses on the season are going to come to state champions. If you're going to lose to somebody, it's got to be that way. Liberty has a nice fan following here. The cheerleaders are here as well to celebrate their fans, and it's a long ride home tonight. And this one will sting just a little bit for Liberty. But when they get some time to settle down, they'll know that it's been a super fantastic, fun season that has resulted in playing on the last day of the season, and any team would never complain about that. 41-23, the final score here. Let's try and run down some scoring stats for you. For Liberty, Wesley John finished with 5 points. Riley Brunin finished with 4. Riley Fessler finished with 5. We got to get the rest of the scores here for Liberty. For Havana tonight, Madeline Howarder, the high point girl tonight, with 14 points. Maggie French with 10. Ava Kramer finishes up with 3. Evie Smith with 5. And Natalie Artheloni finished up with 3. Jenna Brooks also had 2 points as well. Havana is going to win their 5th state championship here in school history, the 10th state trophy. In the long and storied history of the Ducks program, you're going to end up seeing a lot of these girls probably stand out in the high school ranks as well. Dennis Kramer has got a fantastic program here, and this team was able to really apply some defensive pressure, especially in the half-court sets. Liberty just never got the shots up that it looked like they wanted to get, and a lot of that was due to the Havana pressure. And then on the inside, they were really able to make some things work. You saw Howarder and Artheloni, the 2 high-point people for the forwards tonight here for Havana. We are watching alongside here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show as Havana is celebrating getting their individual medals. They've got a nice crowd here tonight. They've got a 2.5-hour ride back. The Liberty crowd has a 3.5-hour ride back home. We're going to step away here and just let you listen to this, folks. We won't say much of a word. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up here, and we'll see if we can get head coach Dennis Kramer to come up with us for Havana. Coming back to you here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. We're going to take a few minutes break here, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to see if we can corral Dennis Kramer here and maybe Brennan Parkhill to talk just a little bit about their teams in the game here tonight. We'll step back for a 3-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back in 3 minutes. We'll see who we can corral here. You're watching the Illini Community Hospital postgame show.
We here at Pete Fish during this holiday season want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday and a happy new year.
Happy holidays to your family and friends. May your holidays be blessed.
Happy holidays from the Pete Fish family to your family.
Happy holidays from your friends at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays from our family at Pete Fish Skiles and Company Bank. Happy holidays from our friends at Pete Fish.
We at Pete Fish Skiles want to wish you and your family the best.
untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Caleb Vandevelli, Pat Vandevelli, or Chris Dorsey with B&P Insurance Agency in Pittsfield, Winchester, or Bluffs if Auto Owners make sense for you.
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. On behalf of our entire family, we wish the best of luck to all the Hornet teams this season. Jamie and I have always been so proud of the athletic programs in the Brown County School District, which was such an important part of our own children's formative years. We are honored and humbled to have served so many families in Brown County and pledge to continue the tradition of assisting families with the dignity and compassion our community deserves. Thank you, and go Hornets!
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
Smith Tent Rentals offers a wide variety of tents, tables, chairs, dance floors, staging, and more to our area. Smith Tent Rentals have been the go-to guys for our local youth ball tournaments when we needed tents to protect our fans. Our local hospital has used Smith's many times for outdoor events. If you have needs for a tent for graduation, prom, your business, your family event, call Smith Tent Rentals. They will cover you up and make you look great for your next event. Call 217-645-3208. Wildcat Car Wash in Barry and the Sherman family, Mariska, Dalton, Gina, and Corey Sherman would like to wish the Eagles good luck in the state tournament. They've made several updates and upgrades with the car wash and more to come. If you'll download the Touch4 Wash app or your first wash, it will be free. From the Tri-State Car Wash and Wildcat Car Wash in Barry, call 217-407-4511 for Tri-State Car Wash and the Wildcat Car Wash in Barry. The Havana National Bank, established in 1875, is locally owned and an agricultural bank along the Illinois River in Havana, Illinois. We focus on service to our communities, knowing farming is a mainstay. Havana National Bank has been able to maintain a solid capital position and return semi-annual dividends to our shareholders. We operate in 5 counties in a 30-mile radius around Havana. Our goal is to maintain our independent status for our customers. Havana National Bank, proud of our past, committed to the future. Wishing the Havana Ducks success. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back with you live here on the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. Illini Community Hospital, serving the community since 1942 with excellent healthcare services. From primary and specialty care to emergency medicine, Illini is here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. Speaking live here on the post-game show with Brennan Parkhill, head coach for the Liberty Lady Eagles, as their team suffers the defeat and takes home the runner-up trophy tonight. But, Coach, you've got to be proud of these girls. A fantastic effort tonight. Just came up against some real defensive pressure tonight, didn't you?
Very, very, very large amount of defensive pressure.
Just never felt like your team could get in an offensive flow. Talk about some of the challenges they really presented after you got on the court tonight. It didn't seem like you got a lot of the shots that you wanted. Would that be a good way to assess the situation?
Yeah, pretty much correct. It seemed like that number 5 for Havana was probably the best defender in the whole entire state, I would say. and she gave Wesley John a very tough time, and it very much slowed our offense down and eliminated a lot of good looks that we usually get in the game.
Some foul trouble kind of made you change some things up. You went into some zone a little bit more, maybe a little more than you might have wanted to tonight, especially in the second half when you needed to kind of make a little bit of a run. Talk about some of the challenges that maybe you just faced there overall, because it felt like things just never got in a rhythm for you this evening.
Yeah, we went to the zones. We got in a little bit of foul trouble. Seemed like their ball handling and their passing was a little bit too crisp for our man-to-man to keep up with. And once we went to the zone, they were able to spread it out a little bit, and we just never could get back in there.
Offensively, Madeline Howarder had a big second half for them, along with Natalie Artheloni. It felt like you really had trouble staying with them, especially when they got the ball inside. It felt like that maybe they just had a little too much size for you tonight. But one way or the other, Coach, you've got to be super proud. The only losses you have this season are to state champions. Pittsfield won 41-11. You lose here to another state champion. It's if you ask any coach what their resume is at the end of the year, I think they'd be pretty happy with that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, you've got a nice contingent here of fans tonight. We've got a lot of fans watching back home. Anything you want to say to the Liberty crowd that's been watching along and cheering on the girls here all night long?
The Liberty crowd is absolutely awesome, and we love them.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Parkhill. Brennan Parkhill, head coach here for the Liberty Lady Eagles, taking home the runner-up prize here tonight in Class 2A for the 7th grade squad. We'll come back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to try and get Dennis Kramer up here as well. You are watching the extended Illini Community Hospital pregame show here on Central Illinois Sports.
At Lewis Hybrid, we know each season is another chance to take your profit potential even further than the last. With our seed traits, seed growth, crop protection, and digital agricultural solutions, we'll help you get there. From one-on-one consultations to the industry's latest technologies to promising agronomic insights, we can provide you with all the solutions you need to optimize your field potential. To learn more, visit lewishybrids.com or contact McCleary Brothers Seed at 217-242-3680. Please read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions. Founded in faith, forged by grace, spread kindness and compassion and generosity to your community. Be the best version of yourself every day and know your simple act can change the world. Hashtag Be Like Grace from the Shell family. Central Illinois Sports and the Liberty Eagles want to recognize Brooke and Patrick Cook on their major contribution to make this broadcast possible. Thank you, Brooke and Patrick. Without you, we couldn't be here. Central Illinois Sports and Liberty's Eagles, thank you.
Back with you live here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, the extended postgame show as we celebrate a state championship and a state runner-up prize here for the Havana Lady Ducks and the Liberty Lady Eagles. Dennis Kramer with us now, head coach of the now state champion Havana Lady Ducks. Coach, congratulations first off. It's got to be a lot of fun at the end of the day, at the end of the season, seeing these girls celebrate the way they were, especially putting on a performance they did tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Just really happy for the girls, happy they get to enjoy this moment. They've worked so hard over the past several years, travel basketball, workouts, open gyms. It's just been a wonderful ride for them, and I'm so pleased that they got to celebrate by going undefeated and win a state championship.
Let's break down some things from the game. Early on, both teams traded a lot of turnovers. It really felt like it might be one of those battles of who was going to be able to impose their defensive prowess a little bit more. Your team got settled down, continued to force the turnovers. That led to some baskets and some second chance opportunities on the other side. And, of course, it seemed to really wear Liberty down as it went on. Talk about the girls' defensive efforts tonight, because that was really the whole catalyst for everything it appeared for your team this evening.
Yeah, and like you said, early in the game, everything was unsettled. We were a little nervy a little bit. We were jumping at simple ball fakes that typically we keep girls in front of us, but once we got settled down and we made them put it on the floor and stayed between their girl and the basket, we were able to put them in some bad positions, and luckily enough get some extra turnovers and turn those into points.
Biggest thing it felt like you were able to do on the half-court side especially was really limit the opportunity of good shot opportunities for Liberty tonight. It just never felt like this team got into an offensive flow. You were really able to work the John girl, which I'm sure was an offensive or a defensive priority for you. In that half-court game, it really felt like you were able to solidify some things. Talk about the half-court defense effort tonight.
Yep, and that's what we talked about at practice all week, just keeping them in front of us, and then a hand in the face, challenge everything, but we cannot get blown by off the dribble. So I think the girls executed that wonderfully.
At halftime, Evie Smith seemed to be the high point girl. By the end of the game, it was very much different as Madeline Howarder and Natalie Artheloni really had some nice second halves for you, along with Maggie French. You told us this in the pregame interview. This is a very balanced scoring attack, and really it's got to be nice to have one girl that's able to lead in the first half, to have some of your interior step up in the second half, and really it felt like offensively you were really able to be a crisp passing team. That's what Coach Parkhill talked about. He said it might just be a little bit too much of a nice passing team for us to keep up with in a man-to-man set. But also you were able to really get some nice passes inside your interior.
Yep. Yeah, and the girls are so selfish. They're always looking for that. We talk about always hunting layups. We always want to hunt layups first, and they do such a good job. I'm so blessed to have those girls out there, and it's something you really can't even teach. I mean, that's just natural. Those 6 girls are always just looking for those layups, and they do a wonderful job of finding that extra open man. Sometimes we force a little bit, but that happens. They do a great job.
5th state championship in the school history.
Yes, sir.
10th state trophy overall. When you say Havana girls basketball, we talked about this in the pregame interview. It means a lot to a lot of people, and I know it's got to mean a lot to the community because we've still got a lot of people watching on the pregame show, and we've been done for 20 minutes here. Just talk a little bit back to the people back home. You had a nice crowd here tonight, but we know there are a lot more that have been sitting at home watching tonight here.
Yeah, my phone all week long has been going crazy with people I haven't heard from in a long time. My high school basketball coach has contacted me, wishing me good luck. He told me he was going to be watching. So it's been people throughout the history, just like you said, that either have been involved directly with our girls program or just kind of a fan. They've got some boys and they just look at our girls program and they say, that's where we want to be.
Well, it's been a nice night for you, Coach. You get to celebrate a state championship with your team, and you've got a nice ride home to get to celebrate with that trophy. That's
Yep.
You let it get settled in. Make sure you buckle up that trophy and get it stowed and shined up in the halls there at Havana Junior High.
You bet.
Coach, we thank you so much for the time. Congratulations very much. We appreciate it. That is going to wrap things up for us here tonight on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. The Havana Lady Ducks, a 41-23 winner over the Liberty Lady Eagles, claiming the state championship here for 7th grade Class 2A. Don't be surprised to see this 8th grade squad back at it again next year in the state tournament. My name is Brian Shoemaker. We are so very happy, humbled, and honored that you have chosen to spend your hard-earned dollars and well-earned time with us tonight here on a Thursday night at Paris High School. We will see you coming up this weekend. Charlie Hall's got more junior high action as the Pikeland Lady Braves 8th grade squad will be up in Germantown Hills for the 8th grade state quarterfinals. We'll bring you that coming up here on Central Illinois Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.